Hello, welcome to this update. So let's see some stuff. The Atlantic, the Eastern Pacific, and the Central Pacific. So the Atlantic still quiet, no big expectations in this next week. But after, like the European model suggests, in the next 240 hours, there could be something trying to form by like September 3rd in the main development region, and maybe one ensemble or two shows something in the Gulf, but that's kind of unlikely. So we'll keep monitoring this. It's just some probabilities that there's not a lot of confidence yet. The GFS has more confidence for something in the main development region by September 3rd, and something in the Caribbean and the Gulf. So we have to monitor these two, the GFS, but the forecast models still don't have anything crazy. The GFS has more moisture there, more stuff. It has something trying to form in the Gulf, but by September 3rd, and it's now like really doing like crazy GFS stuff, like turning this into a hurricane 3 weeks out. But you never know. But take that as a grain of salt. But we'll keep monitoring. It also has another system in the main development region by September 7th there. So that's still very long time out, but we'll keep monitoring. The European model has still nothing, just some more moisture, heavy rain, but nothing crazy. Maybe some disturbances there to watch, but nothing crazy. And the Canadian model has more rain and stuff, but it has a something trying to form there later by like September 8th, but in the same area as the GFS, and also has the thing in the Gulf there, the Canadian. But wait, this is the GFS, so sorry, I put it again. So let's see the Canadian now. Sorry, here, let's see, has more moisture there, has something trying to form by September 2nd there in the main development region, like the European ensembles suggested, but nothing concrete yet. So nothing crazy at this time, but we'll keep monitoring. So the icon has something trying to form by September 1st too, and the icon also has the thing in the Gulf there. So we'll keep monitoring for that as well. But meanwhile, let's just focus on the rainfall, mainly some afternoon storms in Central America, some more tropical waves with heavy rain. This in the next 5 days shows more heavy rain and thunderstorms in Guatemala, Mexico around 82 millimeters, in some areas in the Pacific close to 90 millimeters, but nothing crazy, just regular summer weather. Let's see, around Mexico, more thunderstorms and rain through western Mexico and some in eastern Mexico. Down south in Panama, it shows some more accumulations in southern Panama, and more rain and thunderstorm through Costa Rica and Panama. In Nicaragua, some northwestern Nicaragua more as well, but nothing crazy. And the current satellite indicates this big tropical wave there left a lot of storms in Cuba, the Bahamas and Florida yesterday. It will still bring a lot of storms there. So it shows there the wave, still some storms through the Bahamas, Florida, and more areas there, but nothing crazy. But just be careful with rain, storms, and everything in Cuba, Bahamas, and Florida. In those areas, be careful. More afternoon storms in Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, more showers and storms, and the Caribbean, close to 35 millimeters in Barbados, 29, 30 millimeters, 14 millimeters. So some more showers and storms there, some tropical waves, maybe a shower or two in the ABC Islands, but nothing crazy. And the GFS a little bit different, has some showers and storms there too. The rain in Cuba, Florida, the Bahamas, and it has more in southern Mexico, northwestern Mexico, eastern Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, like I showed you, some rain storms there too. But it has a lot near the ocean, near Panama, in the ocean there, and in western Colombia. Be careful too. So stay safe there. Let's see, the tropical storm probabilities are still low there in the Atlantic, but let's see, but we start getting some tropical storm probabilities by September 4th from the European, by September 3rd there, and then just close there to the northeastern Caribbean, and then the tropical depression probabilities it shows some weird stuff there, but they will likely not form into anything. Some slight probabilities in the Gulf, and then those higher 30 to 40% probabilities by September 1st and September 2nd there, and even some 40 to 50% by September 4th, just northeast of the Lesser Antilles there. So we'll keep monitoring that, but nothing crazy yet. So in the eastern and central Pacific, there's Tropical Storm Horn approaching Hawaii there, but you'll pass just south and Hurricane Gilma there. So Horn is now tropical, yes, it's tropical storm, and might approach hurricane by Sunday there, just south of Hawaii. Tropical storm warnings for the Big Island, and I think one island to the north there, but mainly the Big Island. So be aware there, some tropical storm conditions expected. The wind gust, the tropical storm force wind probability is close to 60% in the southern tip of the island there. Some hurricane wind speed probabilities, mainly just in the ocean there, and the 58 mile per hour wind probability, some 10 to 20% in the southern tip of Hawaii there. And stay safe there. Let's see, we'll talk more about Hawaii in a second in windy there to see the wind gusts, but there's that new season 8 to 90% chance of formation there. They might turn into a tropical depression soon in the next few days. And there's Hurricane Gilma, still a hurricane, expected to weaken by Monday, maybe approach Hawaii as the remnants, but nothing crazy there. But we'll keep watching it as well. This is Horn there, takes it just south of Hawaii, most models, and like tropical storm, maybe low-end hurricane as it passes just south, so stay safe there. And Gilma shows like Hurricane Gilma there, and then models take this as a remnant. It will be mainly weakening there, might pass very close to Hawaii or the remnants over Hawaii, but you'll mainly be weakened there. So let's see here. What might happen? Central Pacific bear. So there's Gilma and there's Horn. Horn will pass there, leave a lot of rain, gusty winds in Hawaii, and then Gilma, the GFS shows leaving some rain, passing just north, and the other system later, just as the remnants there, might leave some rain. The European has Gilma there, passes just south, leaves a lot of rain, nasty stuff. Then the next system there, that's like Gilma, but it will weaken by then. It shows it weakens there, and the remnants kind of go north there, but might have a little bit of rain there. The Canadian shows the Horn there, passing, leave a lot of rain, the gusty winds, and Gilma passes just north and leaves some remnant rains. So be aware there. The European in the next 5 days for Hawaii has close to 200 millimeters of rain in parts of the central areas of the South Island, the Big Island actually, and 183 millimeters in Hilo. So be aware. In Palaha, might be some isolated flash floods in those some mountain areas, so be careful there. That rain might be dangerous. More than 100 millimeters in that island just north of the Big Island, 104 millimeters in Hana, Honolulu 14 millimeters, and might have a little bit of rain in some other islands too. So be aware. So that was the European. So now the GFS, it has also more than 100 millimeters in Hilo and close to 150 millimeters in some central parts of the island. So stay safe there. That rain might cause some problems. Don't do crazy adventures and stuff. Some rain in the other islands, but nothing crazy. But the icon has similar thing as well, but the dangerous thing is the seas and the winds. So the winds are very strong. I'll put a point of reference there. It shows 90 km per hour winds, so very strong there. And in those other islands, Honolulu, 65 km per hour winds, so very strong as well. And in between the islands in the ocean, passing just south of Lihue, some very gusty winds too. So please be careful. This is the icon. The European has like, as it passes there in the ocean, close to 88 km per hour. some 67 kilometers per hour, 61 near Honolulu, 74 kilometers per hour in parts of the Big Island there, and might be even higher, but we don't know yet. And the GFS has very little wind, around 60 kilometers per hour or something, compared to the European. But let's see. The waves, so the wind might cause some problems, but there is the danger of rip currents along most of Hawaii, like all of Hawaii. So be careful of dangerous currents and large waves. And just south of the Big Island, there might be close to 4-meter waves there as this passes there. So be careful. And even in the other islands, like right on the coast, it's better, but some areas might get close to 2-meter waves and 3-meter waves in some areas. And let's just put this in feet, because I know you don't use the metric system, but I'm saying this. But let's see here, close to 10-foot waves, and as it passes just south of the Big Island, it has close to some 15-foot waves in the ocean there, and right on the coast some 13-foot waves. The European, the GFS has around 13-foot waves as well, so be careful there, the waves, the rain, the wind, and the rip currents. And let's see here, so this is mainly it. Stay safe there in Hawaii, and we'll monitor the next systems too. So stay safe.